What up, everybody? How is it going? It's another lovely Wednesday night here. It's a little warm here in Virginia. Let me pull up the old live stream chat over here in case any of you all want to talk. For those of you that have never come out before, this whole project here, Cleanthes Studios, is run by me, Colorful Carl Cleanthes. This is a post-mortem NFT art memoir collaboration with my dad. That's a whole lot of shit, but that's what it is. I promised my dad on his deathbed that one day I would do something really fucking cool with his artwork, and I never knew what that was for like 6 years. He died in 2016. But here it is. I think it's NFTs, and I think it's a live stream art show, and I think it's talking about him and immortalizing his memory in the blockchain with little stories and little live streams and little videos, and showing off all this fucking amazing artwork he did, and then keeping it living on by doing new art with my skills that he inspired me to be an artist and to be creative and to start my design studio and go to art school, and that's like so many things that he pushed me to do that this would be a totally different man without him. So this feels good. It's part of my art therapy and healing and understanding the meaning of life, if there is any, and all that fun stuff, all through art, which is pretty damn cool. And then, you know, incorporating the blockchain and the potential longevity and innovation of that and all the things that go with that. It's all very exciting to me. And I hope it's cool to you guys. I hope some of you guys can relate to, you know, losing someone you love, and you know, trying to do something to honor their memory and their legacy and the things that they did to make you the person that you are. And I think, you know, in that vein of things, my favorite quote is from Helen Keller that a friend of mine, TJ's dad, gave to me before he died, actually. But basically said, you know, all that you deeply love, you can never lose, because all that you deeply love becomes a part of you. So I always thought that was beautiful, and this is kind of the manifestation of that. So hopefully you guys can all hear me good. I'm gonna knock the music back just a touch, and I'd love it if any of you all want to interact. Cleanthes Studio is our super easy to get to URL. You can find links to our Discord there. You can join us in the Discord chat if you like. I'd be happy to drag you into the live chat if that's something you're interested in and you want to talk about anything that I'm doing, or ask me any questions. Ask me anything about anything. I run a creative studio called Epic Made. We do amazing animation and digital art for brands like Nickelodeon and Syfy and TNT, USA Network. We've done stuff for, I mean, we've done a bunch of stuff. It speaks for itself. You can check that out at epic-made.com. You know, I've got Cleanthes Studios here, and I do all sorts of other things. I have a little show I do called Colorful Carl that's on YouTube and all my, you know, socials as well, where I do little backyard homesteading, sharing my life and sustainable living and creativity and creative entrepreneurship, and just, you know, some shit when I think I'm funny. So there's some of that on there too. But yeah, super stoked to have you guys all out here tonight. And again, I'm going to stop being distractible and pull up this live stream feed and see if we got anybody in here asking questions or anything of that nature. Let's see here. Just one more moment, friends. Excuse me. I'm still learning how all this works. Let's see. We got 2 viewers, Erica and Mongol Mail. Welcome. Feel free to ask any questions or just watch me doodle and draw some cool stuff. I'll get into that in just a second. I'm just trying to figure out, how do I bring up the freaking chat? I'm such a noob here, guys. I haven't been doing this very long. If you guys know anybody that helps do live streams or would help produce a live stream, absolutely open to having those conversations with people. So anything people can do to help me get the word out there. So the primary reason we're live streaming and putting this out here, we actually are trying to promote our launch. So I've collected about 700 pieces of art from my late father, Teddy Cleanthes. The first drop of this collection is going to go out is the Faces of a Mad Artist first edition. We're going to drop that in June. Right now, it's June 25th. I'm hashing out those details. We have a couple partnerships on the technology side to make sure that our NFTs are very cutting edge NFTs, even in the space of cutting edge technology like NFTs. But basically the gist is we're going to drop these 72, mint them as NFTs. We will then continue to drop the rest of them. Each of these I have painstakingly remastered digitally from real pieces of art that I have in my home, 700 something pieces. Every one of them I named because my dad didn't name much of them. I dated them, approximation in some of them, but some of them are signed right on there. I have a little write-up about my dad, a little write-up on each story. Each one has like something I think about the art, and then some really cool stuff about like just little stories about my dad, like this one. This looks like the face of some asshole boss after he yelled at you in the office to be reprimanded for some corporate bullshit. That's exactly what my dad would say. My dad fucking hated corporate jobs, and all this was just hilarious to me and fun to do. So he probably painted this after reminiscing about one of his many sales jobs that he was so good at but hated to be at, which was so true. But this is part of that NFT memoir part of it. So this is also his art, and then me kind of talking about my dad. He was such a character. He moved so many people. Even to this day, 2 days ago, somebody who I don't know, she messaged me once when my dad died, but hit me up to said, hey, like your dad I was just thinking about him. He was such a magical person, and like I miss him dearly. And this was 6 years ago, right? Like it's just crazy. Like he was really one of those people that like you never forgot. But this is a glimpse at the first collection. Like I said, there's about 700 total. I've got 72 that we're gonna mint. It is my like personal mission to make sure that anybody that invests in this early on gets tremendously rewarded, because I'm going to continue to grow this collection. All the pieces I make on this live stream I'm going to mint as well. 2 people have already won 2 future mints that I've completed the art, but I have not yet minted it. We're just waiting on some of the stuff with the technology partners that I mentioned. But yeah, this stuff is just really near and dear to my heart and beautiful, and the art is just, look at this shit. Like, have you ever seen anything like this? It's amazing. It's so much fun. So hope you guys are into that. If you're not into it, it's all good. Appreciate you checking this stuff out anyways, and I think that's the gist of that. Oh, we will be releasing the originals as well. That's super important. I'm not sure at the price point yet, but basically when the traded volume of the collections hits a number that feels reasonable for me to part with these physically, because they are in some regards priceless to me, but they also like shouldn't be in a box in my house for the rest of time till I die. So I do want to get them out there. That's part of we're going to have an actual registry with the NFTs, so that when we hit that traded volume, whoever currently possesses the NFT will get the original works of art. I'm thinking right now it's going to be somewhere around an Ethereum, making sure I don't want it to be too much, but that's basically like between $3 and $4 grand a piece in traded volume. So I'm going to mint these around like 50 to 150 bucks. So there should be some tremendous upscale in the growth. And then as the collections evolve, I'm going to mint them at the lowest traded, the floor price essentially is where I'm going to continue to mint them as they trade upwards. That's the strategy. That's the idea for now. I want people to buy these things because they love them, but I also want them to be valuable and something that, gives back to everyone that, invest in this. So could be exciting, could be worth everybody's time. And, at any rate, these speak to people. It's so cool. Like, it's really just interesting to me that when people like scroll through these and like there's one that like I just hate, right? And like someone's like, oh my god, that's my favorite one. I'm just like, what? Like, so it's cool. Art is it's just in perspective. It's what is the word? I can't think of it right now. Anyways, it's been a long day. I've been up since 7 and doing all the things. But anyhow, subjective was the word I was looking for. Look at that. I can speak good English, I think, all by myself like a big boy. Anyhow, here's some of the past pieces we've done. If you've been on the stream, you've seen some of these. They were tons of fun. And this is the one that spoke to me tonight. So I don't know why. I've got this notebook I found in my mom's shed when I cleaned it out last summer that was buried in there for, I don't know, he probably threw it in that shed when they bought the house in '85. But most of these paintings and illustrations, there's tons of good stuff in here. Just random little pieces of cool art. There's one, and but like, he bought this in they bought the house in '85, and then my parents split up like '90, so like he just left a bunch of shit in there. They always remained good friends, but anyways, I found this notebook and it's so cool. Just like random notes and like letters and like stuff about businesses he was working on, and then just random pieces of art. Some of them suck, some of them were great, somewhere in between. But I was flipping through, and tonight I found this one on the screen here, but you can see it here too. That side. Yeah, it's hard to do this backwards. There we go. It's like a mirror. So I thought, hey, this one could be fun. So let's mess with this one. So here we go. Let's see here. Also I pulled in a bunch of random pieces of other art. So the way this works, typically speaking, is I will, here, let's just drag all these in. Just find a bunch of other art too. So he had a couple different styles. He did these little sketchy faces that I often think, he just did on the fly, while he's like on the phone or talking to somebody or having a cup of coffee and sitting in this little nook and, doodling some bullshit on the side. He was very much that type of personality. So I grabbed those sketchy ones, and then I take some of these like more abstract watercolors. He loved watercolors. And then so I just started kind of putting them all together and making something cool and new out of them. So, I'm using my skills as a digital artist and a creative to collaborate with, everything that he did. So, I'll have like this guy here. So we'll break them all off of here. So I can just drag them all in. I got a better idea here. It's like I haven't worked in Photoshop my entire adult life. I'll figure this out. Anyways. So, I'm going to physically drag them into the painting rather than separate documents, and I can mess with them from there. What are you doing? No, don't save. I want to disable that beepy noise. It makes me crazy. Cool. So each one of these will kind of get to a size that I think's good, and then we'll work it down from there. I'll probably delete most of these. Probably use 2 or 3 of them. Blend them all together, make them into something new. He just was so good with color. Like I really, so many of his pieces just like jump right off the page, just because they're just screaming with just beautiful color theory. He was really, that was like, he had 2 really savant things that I think really stood out about through all of his art. Was they were very gripping, very human, like emotional reactions, and obviously because they were faces, but at the same time, like the faces themselves are very loose in form, but the emotional connection is so strong. It's really fascinating. And then the same kind of emotional, viscerousness, I don't know if that's a word, but it sounds good, it comes through in these. Like they're very like beautiful and heavenly and soft. And then some of his faces were like the opposite of that, just straight madness. That's why I called it Faces of a Mad Artist. Excuse me. Actually, Moods was the original name. I'll probably do some like trivia thing with that one day and give away something to somebody if they know that. So maybe keep up with that. Made a new drink tonight. Got the coconut water with some dark rum. It's pretty tasty. Never tried that before. Definitely better than Coke. But I do go for that from time to time. But only when I'm out of tequila and juice. So. Alrighty. So let me turn all these off for starters. And I'm going to just get this somewhere I like it. Not like this weird background kind of stuff I got going on. Just gonna play with the levels, get the contrast nice and good. Probably completely desaturate it too, because I just want to use these lines, kind of a good reference place. I still remember like the first time I did this. Like I don't know, he'd only been dead a couple months, and I actually did this with like traditional watercolor pencils and stuff. I took all of his art supplies when he died. You know, it's funny. Like my brothers and I all got like different pieces of him. Like he was a great Renaissance man, right? He could paint and draw and dance and sing and like everything. I mean, if you go to teddycleanthes.com, I have a whole album up there that he professionally recorded playing acoustic music and wrote a couple songs and did a bunch of covers. Really cool stuff. But yeah, I know. So like my brothers both own restaurants and they're amazing cooks and chefs or whatever. And you know, one of my brothers is really, really good on this guitar and singing, just like my dad. Another one of my brothers is amazing on like the bongo drums, also just like my dad. And then, you know, I kind of picked up his artistic hand, which is pretty cool as well. I quite enjoy it myself. Actually, I kind of like that warmth. I think I'm gonna rock with that. Yeah, I think I am. Let's see. So I'm just gonna content aware fill those little gaps at the top and bottom of the page. Looks pretty nice. Just interested. So we're 1080 by 1594. Yeah, that'll work. Cool. Got a little scan feature on my phone, which works out nice for these. I think should this be high? No, I kind of like that up in the air kind of vibe. So let's move this up top. I'm going to multiply. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this. I just start these out and just roll with them, play with different colors. Something there maybe. And then I'll draw on top of it and go crazy with it. Just trying to wrap my head around how. Let me base out some colors on here. I changed my mind. I do want to get rid of the. I am going to get rid of this background. Tolerance, we'll do like 100 on the tolerance, not 1,000. I should get rid of almost everything. That's too much. Got a better play. Get my darks really dark. The light's really light. Cool. And I'll multiply it again. Cut out this weird yellowy stuff down here. Just getting these lines nice and dark so I can really just knock that out, you know. And do that a few more times, just duplicating the layer on top of itself. Yeah, this looks good. Good place to start from. Weird old face. Face. It's always nice when you go back to your file in a few years and like you named all the layers and stuff, because what the hell else were you doing? Or when you go onto someone else's art for some reason, if you work at a team, oh man, there's nothing better than someone who like actually names all their files and their layers in some sort of systemic fashion. Why is it not working? Let's see. I can't zoom out. Is my computer messed up? Save this and reboot Photoshop, I guess. That's weird. Sorry about that. Yeah. The less sober I am, the less Photoshop works. I'm convinced it's not me. Like, well, it's me, but it's not a user error. I just think my mind waves get in there. Anyhow, this rum is good. Don't mind me, friends. I'm a bit crazy, but I come by it honestly. Make a selection. Cool. Invert that, and I'm gonna rasterize this layer. So something I really like to do is content aware fill. So like have the AI generate more shit on top of his art, right? Like, so now look at that. That's really cool. This is AI inspired art by my dad, which is cool. I think he would really love that. So, right, let's do that, and maybe a little piece here. So Shift F5 on a PC, a proper computer, that is. The PC and Mac Wars. Does a little content aware fill, and then just keep messing with it till you like it. So. This will probably get buried under some other layers. Ooh, went the wrong way on me there. So let's do this. Actually, I'm gonna do just like a spot healing tool. Why? Why do you hate me, spot healing tool? Why do you hate me? Proximity match. Let's try that. Not even cool. On the struggle bus today, guys. Love to chat with anybody. How's everyone's week going? Everybody doing good out there in the creative universe? You actually have to have a Twitch account to interact on the chat. I wonder if that's just like a thing people don't like to do, huh? I wonder if it'd be cool if I put a little thumbnail, like, in the up here on the screen, over there, like above that, of just like the zoomed out version of the whole time. People might like that, I think. All right, so this is kind of looking cool already. So move this down here. Come up with some cool color ideas. Ooh, what if I did the face kind of dark? That might be fun. Let's see. So I'm just gonna kind of shape out some of the main shapes of the face, the base color of everything. Kind of want to keep some of the texture of the background coming through for now. Might change my mind on that later, but let's do some of that. Yeah, that could be cool. Do like a dark red shirt. They always do these like little collared shirts for some reason. Like, I'm gonna think of it. He wore collared shirts a lot, so maybe it's just his thing. Green. It's gonna be real Christmassy if I'm not careful. Whatever. Whatever, people. Christmas is cool if you're into that. Maybe we'll do some like blue on his eyebrows and stuff. This is just supposed to be like super hairy or some shit. Like, what was he thinking here? Hairy eyes. Like, it's a little weird, you know? Not judging, but I don't know. I'll make it work. It's abstract art after all. I love the idea that like I'm here in 2022 making art from my dad's work that he doodled in a notebook in 1968, late 19, let's call it 1968. Before he ever knew he was gonna have a son, let alone one that he would move so much and do so well as a father that I would be permanently influenced by his, demeanor and creativity. To be doing art 40, 50 years, oh God, how many years? 60 years later. Wow, that's pretty nuts. It wasn't computers and live streaming and Twitch and Jeff Bezos back then. I guess Jeff Bezos might have been alive, but he didn't have Amazon yet. Actually, I don't know. How old is Jeff Bezos? Anyways. I don't know why I'm talking about Jeff Bezos, other than he owns this lovely platform we're all enjoying art on tonight. I got some good base colors in there. Now I'm just gonna doodle, just have some fun. I like to do like a little color burn for my shadow, so I'll grab like the base color that I'm working from and then just kind of line it in there. I definitely don't want to keep all this like heavy line art. Ooh, yeah, the eyes are closed. What the fuck is this weird shape here, like at the bottom? Can you guys see my cursor? Yeah, like, why were those even there? Why, Dad? Fucking ridiculous. I'll go back and smooth all this out later and merge it all in, but I'm just something my dad used to do, and I talk about this every stream, that like was my watching him do art as a kid was just really crazy. Like he just would sit down and just go for it. Like no plan, no just like channeling his subconscious, right? Like, it was really cool to watch, and I've never seen anyone else really do art like that, like meditative, methodical kind of. It was really neat, and the lack of fear, like he just didn't care if he messed something up, you know. It's like yeah, whatever. It's like, it's you know, it'll suck or it won't suck, or you just keep it moving, you know. Just do another one. What does he give a shit, you know? Like, it was just cool to watch and learn from and think about when I'm doing my own thing here, you know. It's all exciting in this journey of life. It's been a lovely way to just keep him alive in some regard and accept that he's dead, and like the best parts of him live on in me and my siblings and the people that he influenced and loved over the years, you know. They still reach out to me. It's quite remarkable, you know. I'm starting to think like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't be doing this and spending all this time on this, but it's just fun, therapeutic, and nice, and all the things. Yeah, I'm deaf. This is gonna be way. Let's do this in fucking orange. It's too much red, Christmassy vibes for me. Yeah, it's a little better. Now it's Halloween. Damn it. You gotta be careful with these things. Alright, let's get weird. Let's go pink. Yeah, there we go. Dad used to rock some pink shirts all the time. He was crazy. My mom told me this story one time that, like, when they first started dating, you know, my dad's from New York and he's Greek and he's like whatever, so he moves down here to the South of Virginia, and you know, this is the late 1970s, and you know, he goes to the beach in his like black Speedo, like, oh, and my dad was always in really good shape, like ridiculously good shape, really tan, super dark, you know, it's full Greek. And just like, my mom's just like, men don't wear that sort of thing down here. And like, he just didn't give a fuck. Like, he was so flamboyant. He just loved the attention of being ridiculous, right? Like, and just kind of snubbing at society and their standards and whatever the fuck they thought was cool or didn't cool. Because he was the metric of that. Like, he decided what was going to work and what wasn't. He didn't give a shit what anyone thought, which was really refreshing, I think. So, anyways, a little tidbit there. Let's see if we can do a little color, a little yellow, a little highlighting. Want this stuff to pop a little off the page and not be so flat. Go away, stupid thing, beeping at me. Like a face coming out in here. You guys ever see those some memes and shit I've seen on the internet, but basically like be like a really talented artist parent takes their kids like really shitty drawings and makes them like realistic as possible, but it's like a horse with his head sideways and like 3 different perspectives. Almost looks like something Picasso would do. I think those are so freaking cool. I've considered playing around with that myself in the past, but it's kind of what I'm doing here, just with my crazy father, right? Like, I'm bringing, you know, his like weird abstract thing and trying to like meld it in between photorealism and, well, more realistic. It definitely isn't going anywhere near photorealism, but you know, realistic dimension and the like. So. Digital art is so wonderful and forgiving, you know. If you I sometimes I'll sit down and do some traditional art, and I love that as well, by the way. I have a fine art degree, like that's my background, that's my jam. But man, I'll be drawing and I'll mess up a line, and then I start doing my Control Z, like and it doesn't work every time. It's sad. let it melt. But it always makes me chuckle, so that's worth something, right? Let's see, color Dodge is the one I'm looking for, and I cannot find it. There it is. I already like this one. Not even sure why. Doodling away. It's weird to do this with no one to talk to. I had a couple guests first couple times. I just feel like I should be talking the whole time, but I don't know what the fuck to be talking about. So I'll just draw. Curiosity here. Kind of looking cool already. Almost don't even need the line art. Fun. Why not? Let's have some fun with it. I'm already tired tonight. I apologize, friends. Alright, I'm just gonna smudge everything for a little bit. Have some fun with that. I really like the yoga ones I was doing. I don't know if you guys saw that. Man, those are so much fun. I really want to collaborate with some yoga influencers. So anyone out there who knows anybody with a decent following yoga stuff, I will do a free piece with them in collaboration. I want to mint it as an NFT too, so I can do that. Actually, I probably what I'll end up doing, I think, if someone's interested, is minting the NFT, especially if they're an NFT yoga influencer, right? Like somebody that's into yoga that's down to do some collaboration and is trying to make a little NFT thing, a little NFT following. What I'd like to do is just basically do some pieces for them, give them away to them so that they can sell them on their channels and stuff. But the one I did last week, or finished up last week, was amazing. I just love it. What might be my favorite piece of art I think I've ever made. And that's all stems from, like, my dad had this idea when he was still alive, and one of the only things we ever actually really did a collaboration on was a couple yoga pieces where he had me take these. He took these photographs of these like little glass yoga figurines, and then I and then some pictures of his art, and then I just kind of made him into a thing together. And he's like, Yoga Studios will love this. Let's do this. And he was always trying to, he was an entrepreneur and just a hustler, trying to make a buck and trying to come up with the next greatest thing. Like always, that was his MO, which was fun. Made life exciting for sure. But yeah, now that I've done a couple with him posthumously now, which is pretty cool. Like they really are. Like I think he was onto something there. So love to do that some more. Last one I just posted today just before we went stream. So if you check out any of my social channels for Colorful Carl or Cleanthes Studios, you'll be able to see that on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all the things. I think I'm going to try to do my best and just shut up for a little bit and just talk about the art here as I'm doing it. I want to understand what he was doing here. So I'm going to back this up. Copy of it, and I'm going to merge this down. Just kind of blend it all in and see what I can do. Select, modify, expand. We'll do it 2 pixels. And then we'll do filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Yeah, that looks good. I hate this colors. I hate it. Ooh. Ooh, now we're getting weird. It's working for me a little more. So my uncle was also like a really amazing artist. He like taught taught art at Harvard as an adjunct professor, like when he was 19 or something stupid. And then he ended up being like known as the patron saint of Fort Lauderdale, and hung out at this bar called the Elbow Room a whole bunch in Florida for the latter parts of his life. And he was a crazy old drunk guy. You know, had some struggles with drugs his whole life, but always did amazing, crazy amounts of art too. Like, they're just everywhere. Did all these caricature art for decades, and people have him everywhere. He went by Mickey Clean, so people know him from all over the place that, you know, are from Fort Lauderdale area at least. He did a bunch of cool stuff. He has a band, or had a band called Mickey Clean and the Mez, and they got some good notoriety early on in the 70s, I think. You know, some of the founders of like the punk rock movement kind of stuff. So I should check that out. It's pretty cool shit. All right, it's looking a little one note here. Not too terribly excited about it yet, but we will get there. Polygonal lasso tool. Sounds nice. Let's throw that jammy whammy up there. I'm gonna do the same thing with this one, that sort of content aware. Just trying to add some more something. I don't know. Sometimes I don't even know. I just mess with it till it's exciting. So I select the layer, hitting, I hit Control and I click on the thumbnail. Right, it'll select just whatever's on that layer, and then I hit Control Shift I. Now I'm selecting the inverse, and then I hit Control Shift F5 or Shift F5, and then Content Aware comes up. Content Aware Fill. Boom. Then it gives me something pretty damn good, usually on the first try, which is pretty awesome. So then I just kind of, you can still see a little ghosting here where it didn't quite seamlessly do the things. You know, how dare Photoshop make me do work? Pay good money for this. So anyway, sorry, I'm sitting in a chair tonight because I was feeling lazy. Usually I'm standing up at my little stand-up desk here. Let's see. I feel like something like beaming out of his head could be kind of wild, right? Let's give that a little experimenting here. And it's like I have no holds bars in terms of like what I do with his artwork. I just take it in every direction, do whatever I want to stretch it, contort it, distort it, change the colors. I promise you, he would not care. He'd love all this shit. He would love this. Like, he'll be all about this. In fact, like, I don't know what you guys believe in spiritual wise, but like one of his girlfriends called me one time at like 2 a.m. while I was literally, I'm like up at 2 a.m. crying, doing art, you know, thinking about my dad, doing art with like a collaborative piece with my dad, you know, right after he died. You know, I don't know, sometime within like, let's say within the year, I don't recall specifically. And a woman I'd never spoken to called me at like 2 a.m. on Facebook Messenger to tell me that my father woke her up from a dead sleep and said that he was so proud of me and that she needed to get up right now and call me and tell me that like I'm just doing amazing things and he's so proud. And he couldn't be more proud of all like the great work that I'm doing, and it's like I'm building on top, like all this stuff that like I needed to hear in the moment, which was really beautiful and magical. Like the whole experience of losing my dad just like really changed my entire perspective on life, which you know, maybe it was necessary. It feels pretty cool. All of this is like a really cool experiment on life. I don't know. What do I know? I'm just a guy doing art on Twitch tonight. Twitch. I didn't even know what Twitch was that long ago, if I'm being fairly honest. Not a clue. but it's alright. I'm here anyways, doing the thing. This is too like on the nose, but watch here, I'm gonna blend it with something too. Kind of cool effects we can come up with just some cool blends. There it is, some luminosity. That's kind of neat. Something going on there. We shall see, said the blind man. A little texture I saved for my last piece that I did. A little intense, apparently. Excuse me. Yeah, but this isn't cool enough yet, so I gotta keep playing with it. I don't even know what that means, but we'll know when we get there. So I'm gonna get rid of this black and this white. Oh. There we are. That'll work. Put it behind the face. It's almost like some weird portraiture type of jam. Hate it. Keeping it moving. It's kind of neat. I don't know what's going on here. I imagine one of these nights I'm just gonna make a complete dumpster fire piece of art. This might be the night, guys. You might have caught me on that night. Of course, when I do that, that'll be someone's favorite somewhere. It'll be like the one that like, oh yeah, that was my favorite. That's so good. I'll be confused forever. But it is what it is. Get on his feet here. It's hella hot in here. Got my little desk fan going. It's super nice. Alright. Nothing like some good like neon green hair, you know? Why would I not have neon green hair when that's an option, right? I don't know. Any hair would be good, I suppose. That was a bald joke. Don't people send me bald hair restoration. Somebody from high school did that. It was ridiculous. She's like, oh, hey, sweetie, how you been? You know, I work for this company now, and we got this tonic thing, or I don't know. She didn't even get into it. I was just like, yeah, dude, I'm 100% all set. I ain't going backwards. I'm bald. It's all kinds of wisdom in this baldness that I earned. I literally, like, in my mind associate my hair with like the man-child version of myself that I was at like 18 and 19. I'm all set on that. I got a better idea here. I think I'm gonna make these like darker shadows. That's the plan. So I'm just gonna do that. Make these a little, blend them a little, you know, so they're not so abrupt. I think when I meant the NFTs, the ones that I hate the most, I'm gonna make really expensive. That'd be fun. Just because I don't even want anyone to buy them. That's a strategy. Abstract art is weird. It's like so hard. How do you even like quantify what's good and what's not? Too intense. Let's tone it down. It's like green flames or something. It's fun. Had a really good day today. Like, everything went really well. This is lovely. I run a nonprofit for a local chapter of a national nonprofit that's for designers and creatives. It's called AIGA. Our board meeting went really good. We got lots of good stuff, good programming coming up. I'm super excited about. Got into a really awesome collective of other advertising agencies today, which is good for Epic Made. So that's going to be a great little thing going on. I think we got another big project today that I can't talk about, but it's freaking amazing. I can't even wait to tell everyone about that. It's a dream client, like, for sure. A household brand that I've loved my entire life, and now we're doing work for them, and that's fucking... I don't even know what to think about it anymore. It's amazing. It's amazing. Dad would be super, super proud of that too. Wow. God, he would freak out. He totally would. In the best sort of way. Always find hair to be difficult to do. It's like creative chaos, you know? It's like it looks like it's insane, but like if you just go insane with it, it doesn't make any sense. Definitely has a process, a build up. I'm learning. This is all just me learning too. Like I really wanted to get reconnected with doing art. You know, in my company, I don't do art very much anymore. Actually, I mostly just run the company and do business development and look for talent. But I don't do the art anymore. I don't even do the design or logos or nothing. Like I'm just the guy running the shit. And this whole project is real. Like I haven't done this much art in years. Like maybe, I don't know. It's been so many years. Like at least 10. Maybe a little less. Nah, yeah, at least 10. Fuck. That's crazy. I'm supposed to be an artist and do art like this in 10 years. I self-identify as an artist. Creative entrepreneur is more what I say these days, but because I'm not doing enough art. So. I don't know. This sucks. Let's see if we can save it. I love it. I've said that a couple weeks in a row. Like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to pull this one out. I have. Every week. Just going to work it till it isn't trash. Hopefully that's the plan. Just need a explosion on the forehead there. I think I want to pull in some stock images. Let's see. Public domain galaxy. Gonna pull in some space telescope shit. It always takes it to the next level. I mean, it's literally telescope space stuff. So I just Google, make sure I get some public domain galaxy shots, do some images, find something really wild. That is cool. Fuck. The universe is amazing. If you haven't tried to take a look at it, it's pretty wild. Oh wow. Okay, well, let me dial in some of these options here. We're gonna do usage rights, Creative Commons, commercial, and other like Creative Commons here. That's what we're looking for. You know, play on the safe side. I'm gonna just buy something from Adobe stock. Got plenty of credits there. Yeah. I really like this idea of like illuminating the third eye on this one. I think my dad would dig that. So I'm gonna grab this guy. Guess I need to log in. Bear with me, friends. I'm logging in. Theoretically, I'm logging in. I did it, I think. We'll see. Yes, I'm in. Found this swirling nebulous thing that looks really cool. Just love this shit. don't even know if some of these are like art or not, or if these are like straight from like telescopes. Anyways, doesn't matter because I'm licensing it from Adobe stock, which is pretty dope, by the way. I use Adobe stock all the time in my 9 to 5, which is fun. Just got our little Creative Cloud subscriptions and a little Adobe stock subscription. You can get a lot done with that. So. See if I can make this cool, not hammy. Let's see, so it's behind the face. That doesn't suck. There's so many, like I have 4 monitors, so I don't even know why this is giving me any shit. I cannot find what's going on. Oh. Whatever. Little star nebulous stuff going on there. So then we'll throw this guy up front of the face. We'll do this. So I just want to I just had this when I saw it, that was kind of what made me grab it out of the book, was like this idea of this third eye, you know, energy coming off this thing. I think what I need to do is do a little layer masking. Just kind of block off the sides a bit, you know. It's cool when you hold your pen in the right direction. Got this really cool Wacom. It's actually just the what do they call this one? The One. It's their more entry level draw on screen, but they hooked me up with it to make it, do some little promotional stuff with them, and we did a bunch of video interviews with them and my team. But it's a cool little piece of technology. I don't know if you guys have ever seen one of these. So here's my crazy setup. But yeah, this is the Wacom. I draw right on it, so it's pretty fun. Gotta get one of these. They really help with digital art. If you are into digital art and you haven't tried one yet, these are really pretty affordable comparatively to a normal Intuos. Is it? No, Cintiq. Cintiq is the other screens. Recommend you checking those out. But anyhow, just gonna keep messing with this thing here. I don't know if I'm gonna save this one or not, but I shall try, friends. I shall try. So I'm just kind of messing with the outside of it. Do a lens flare. I think I can actually just render that in Photoshop. Let's see. can render a tree. I just want to try this now. We're gonna render a flame. You select a path. And this is how I learned Photoshop. Enter a selected path. Okay, cool. That's not a path. Whatever. Okay, paths. Pick that path. Filter. Render. Flame. Yes. Okay. That was fun. Alright, anyways. Sorry, that was me being ADD. Let's see. Lens flare. You're empty. Photoshop. I could not do it because the selected area is empty. So you would do render lens flare. Nope. It actually needs an image, so let's grab this face. See if we can lens flare the whole face. I don't know what that'll do. But it'll be fun to try. Filter, render. Getting old backs pop. Oh, there it is. Then I'll just do a little gradient mask. So it doesn't like dominate the page, you know? It's kind of cool. We'll see. Maybe this needs to be a little more. No, I think it's fine like that. Let's just put the levels. I'm gonna make this work. Alright, I don't know. Kinda don't hate that. Sometimes less color is better. Let's see what I can come up with here. Wrong part of the layer. Yeah, okay, now we're getting somewhere, I think. It's unfortunate. I literally hated that thing. It was bad. Now it's getting better. Let's move all those down. I always get in these like interstellar like this is my lane for some reason with these. Like I just keep going to this universal energy type of vibe. Whatever I was doing before just didn't work for me. Now he's a dark elf. You're welcome. Yeah, whatever I was doing before wasn't working at all. I'm feeling this though. Am I crazy? Are you guys feeling this? Who knows? So much fun when I just take a hard deviation. Like, yeah, whatever the fuck I was doing is not working, so we're doing this now. about this part of this painting here. It's a little distracting from the cool head explosion energy vibes. Cool. Google just searched for lotion exploding energy vibes on my phone. That was nice of it. That's what I was looking for, Google thing. I think I see it. Whoa, whoa. Damn it. How do I make this work? Guess that works. Let's see. I'm starting to feel this a bit, which is exciting. If you've watched this show before, you've been on this journey with me once or twice now, where I hate the piece and then manage to save it somehow. It's like an epic journey of art every time, you know? Like, how did we get here? Is it savable? Again, sorry, apologize, I think I'm funny. I clearly not the world's greatest comedian. Man, this is fun though, anyways. Ooh, crazy mind energies. Clean up these lips a little, make them a little more lippy, you know? blurring these little pixels around a bit. A little too dark. Yeah, I don't know what he was going with these weird, like, dark things. Like, they're so dark under the eyes here. I think I'm gonna have to go a different direction here. Try to work with it as much as possible, but at the end of the day, sometimes these just aren't reasonable requests. If you're just tuning in, so I do this art on top of my dad's art, who has since passed away in 2016. These are all posthumous art collaborations. So basically I take his art, bunches of pieces of his art, sometimes take stock images and all kinds of other shit as well, and make it all into new art that can continue his art legacy after he has left this world, which is a fun idea for me. So I'm doing that. That's what this all is about, and this is what it looks like, I suppose. I don't know what this. He has some weird, crazy lines. So the original piece here is right here. Let me isolate it. So that was his original sketch. You know, staying pretty true to form on it. Doing my thing. Seeing where it goes. Great Photoshop. Keep beeping at me. It looks hideous. I think not having these eyes properly done is not doing me any favors. Compositionally, it's kind of you lose a lot of it, you know. Cool, yeah, I'm starting to like it finally. Not sure why, but we'll figure that out later. Oh, there it is. Just need a little color on that little nebulous swirliness. Ooh. Then I can kind of do a little extra lighting on here, like that light is kind of coming down, kissing just the top of the face, and all little highlights here. Coming alive now. Yeah. Yeah, I thought for sure this was gonna be the one. You don't catch me just making something that was trash the whole time. Little happy surprises. Some Bob Ross stuff. I'll get caught one night, but it ain't tonight. This one's about to be cool. I wonder if I'm just talking to myself. Hey, we got a couple of viewers. Cool. How come nobody chats in the chat room? What's up with that, y'all? Oh, it's getting crazier. So much better. Weird. Oh, filter. Blur. Motion blur? No. Something I'm thinking of here, like maybe a radial blur. Alright. Try radial blur. Shit. Get back in there. Yeah, I kind of just wanted that like energy explosion-y vibe, you know? This is fun. I'm having lots of fun. Don't know. Need a little more life in these little lips here, I believe. Such a weird ass face. God, I don't hate this at all. What a lovely feeling. That'll do, friends. Probably make some tweaks after the fact later on, but I always adjust everything a little bit. So, get back down here. I like to sign it originally every time, so got my little signature layer here. Change this to a more functional lasso tool for the current operation here. Don't mind me. I am indeed crazy. For whatever that's worth. Anyhow, appreciate you guys watching this. I hope you really liked it. I hope it was fun, or you learned something about Photoshop, or gave you the feels about your own loved one that you missed, or made you reconnect with art, or in some way made you have a some sort of human experience here. Thank you guys for watching, and love to connect anytime. I am available all the time on all my little social media channels. Hit me up. Again, I'm still looking for some more yoga influencers, and anybody that might want to collaborate with me. I'm open to all sorts of cool ideas. And may the 4th be with you. Except for it's almost the 5th now, but I made it. 2022. Not like that. Let's do 22. Yeah, so maybe in 100 years or so, that'll be and people have to date this, who knows. Stupid. Wow. Yeah. It doesn't suck. I'm a fan. Let's move that guy down there a little more into the corner. Tweak the little signature a bit. So it's a little big. Tuck it in there a little nicer and deselect that guy. I like it like signed over the logo a bit. That was kind of a happy little accident. Cool. Alright, friends. Hope you enjoyed. Love to have you guys on anytime to chat and check out art or talk about things and NFTs and blockchains, and be sure to please subscribe to my channels. Give my channel a follow here if you don't mind, and I will see you all next week, 10 p.m. Eastern, to another live stream piece of art like this. Hooray! Good night, friends.